KODE Action 12 News at 10.
Hi there, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. A Miami man has been charged with manslaughter after authorities said he ran over his wife and left her to die. Terry Grant called 911 yesterday morning, said he found his wife Cassandra dead in the road near where they lived. According to court records, he denied hitting her and also told authorities he last saw her on Sunday. According to the arrest warrant filed in Ottawa County, authorities located clumps of hair that had been torn from her head next to her body, along with human hair on the left rear and right front tires of his truck. Grant is not yet in custody. A Pittsburgh teenager will stand trial as an adult for a fatal shooting in Pittsburgh earlier this year. Marcus Maddox was charged today in adult court with 1 count of first-degree murder, 5 counts of aggravated child endangerment, and 1 count of criminal use with a weapon. He's accused of shooting and killing Adam Basari of Girard during an argument on January 9th in Pittsburgh's Schlanger Park. Police said there were multiple witnesses who identified Maddox as a shooter. Basari would be graduating this weekend and was a running back for the football Trojans. A hearing date for Maddox has not yet been set. Well, this is the aftermath of a fire this afternoon in Newton County. It happened around 4:45, 2 miles east of Racine off Falcon Road. According to the Seneca Area Fire Protection District, it's believed to have started by a homeowner's burn pile, then spread across 15 acres of woods to this property. It destroyed a car on the property and damaged the exterior of the garage. No one was injured. The district received assistance from the Seneca, Reddings Mill, and Neosho fire departments. Well, some Southeast Kansas residents had the chance to give their input on a proposed electric rate increase tonight. The Kansas Corporation Commission held a public hearing in Columbus. The increase affects Liberty customers in Cherokee and Labette counties. The company wants the commission to approve a $15.8 million rate increase to recover costs for investments made to things like aging infrastructure and service technology. If approved, it would be phased in over a 3-year period and increase the average bill by about 40%.
My income's going to increase 40% in the next 3 years. And if I'm not, then why is theirs? And if it is doing it that much, then what kind of management do they have?
I just think that they are making it so impossible for the average person to pay bills, pay all the things they have to pay and survive. It is just getting ridiculous.
I know it says $20 a month or $11 a month. Those months add up. That's $20 I could spend on food or put gas in my car or go buy a medicine.
The KCC will issue its ruling later this summer. In January, the Missouri Public Service Commission approved a similar request allowing Liberty to increase rates by about 16% in Southwest Missouri. An informational session today in Joplin targeted a troubling trend among adults 60 and older: scams. The Area Agency on Aging hosted a scamboree. Recent data shows the reports from older adults losing $10,000 or more to scams more than quadrupled from 2020 to 2024. Folks today had the chance to walk from booth to booth or listen to speakers and learn more about how to protect themselves, their personal information, and their money. And with crooks growing more aggressive in the digital age, it's important seniors are empowered so they can recognize and stop them.
Now we're starting to see where they're threatening people a little more, trying to act like the person's in trouble, saying that you need to pay this traffic fine and all of that. And so you get those, and we tend to panic and want to take care of it really fast. So that's what we're seeing a lot more of.
Session also included advice and steps to take if a senior feels they've been a victim of a scam. Some national champions were celebrated today in Sarcoxy. The middle school archery team, under the guidance of head coach Keisha Woolsey, actually won 4 national titles in the middle school division over the weekend in Louisville, Kentucky. Swept 4 categories, finished the season undefeated. Late this afternoon, those students were celebrated before and during an all-school assembly. We caught up with a member of the team, 6th grader Brantley Flynn, who's been doing archery for the past 3 years.
What's that time been like?
It's been kind of stressful, but really fun.
What was that feeling like when you realized just won the national championship?
The greatest joy of my life. Really happy, jumping up and down, wanting to cry.
Congrats to those youngsters. During the assembly, team members got to show off their skills, also got to select a handful of teachers to see how well they could shoot. Well, living history on display today in Carthage for another year. Central Park played host to Great Americans Day, the annual field trip for area 5th graders, where they got to meet and hear from a number of historical figures. The event involves community volunteers portraying those historical figures. Hundreds of kids were educated once again this year, ones from Carthage, Joplin, and Pittsburgh.
I think this is an excellent opportunity for our kids. They need to really understand that they too can be a great American. They too can participate and be a help to their city, their community, their country. And just as these great Americans that are portrayed here today.
They all had different virtues that they represent, like humility, forgiveness, and we want our students to be able to learn about those type of virtues so that they can become like the great American heroes.
This event is something that's happened every year since 2002. Well, it was the ideal day for a cookout, and that is exactly what happened outside of Freeman West in Joplin. Many of the health system's leadership members serving as cooks and servers to feed and pamper the health system's employees. Fitting, since this week is National Hospital Week, originally National Hospital Day on May 12th, which honors Florence Nightingale's birthday.
My favorite part is seeing all the faces that you don't get to see. They're all, everybody's scattered around. And just how appreciative everyone is for the food. We have grills going at East Campus. We have grills going in Pittsburgh. We have grills going all of our Ozark Center. We have as many grills going as possible. We're feeding 5,000 people.
That included employees in Fort Scott and the Osho. National Hospital Day, by the way, established by the American Hospital Association in 1921. It's been a week-long event since 1953. Good eats there. All right, time now for us to talk to Ray. And again, folks, if you've missed it in any of our earlier newscasts today, we are separated because Ray has the hantavirus. So,
I thought you were the one quarantined.
Oh, maybe it's me. No, I'm teasing.
I've been waiting for you all day.
Big changes coming to KODE the second week of June, totally revamping how we bring you news and, quite frankly, entertain you on a nightly basis. And so they're doing a lot of construction in our studio. They have left Ray's weather area set up, but they made me move.
That part about the entertainment, that's what we're hoping anyway.
Fingers crossed.
Yes,
yeah.
you bet.
If nothing else, we'll entertain ourselves.
That's the point of it anyway. Hey, tonight we are looking at a clear sky. Any of those showers or storms are not going to develop now, so we are dry for a couple of days, but we will talk more about a warming trend, possibly some rain late in the weekend. Coming up next, here's today's Almanac.
This is KODE Action 12 News at 10. And now, your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Ray Foreman.
It's going to be mild tonight, mostly clear as well, but we're going to see a warming trend that will have us near 90 degrees a couple of days later this week. Those temperatures already starting to warm back into the 80s as early as Thursday and Friday. So a warm week. As we get into the weekend, still in the 80s for highs, but we're looking at the chance for a little more widespread rain as we get towards Sunday night and Monday. Nothing in the way of cloud cover tonight. This is the time lapse in Miami on the Quapaw Casino camera, and it is clear this evening. It's still clear in Miami. 70 for a temperature here at 10 o'clock. A south wind 7 miles an hour. Temperatures back towards Joplin, also near 70 degrees. We have actually a clear sky over Joplin too. It's 68. A south wind also 7 miles an hour, and that's going to keep the warm weather in place for a few more hours, but eventually getting down into the upper 50s. The T.H. Rogers camera in the Osho, 66. 57 right now, so cooling off a little bit more in parts of Newton County. In fact, you get into Monette, it's 63 right now. Upper 60s northwest Arkansas and still near 70 in Parsons. So we're seeing temperatures still warm at this point, but we do have a cool front making its way into southeast Kansas. The hopes were that we were going to see a little bit of rain developing along this, but we've seen an upper level ridge that's really kind of kept things capped with all the shower activity staying closer to Iowa, northeast Missouri. Through tonight, just a few clouds until we get towards sunrise tomorrow. Then it's clear. We have a light north wind. Temperatures are still going to get back into the upper 70s for most of us tomorrow. Looks like 57 for a low tonight, so a few more degrees. We'll see cooling off overnight tonight. Mostly clear, a southwest wind. Temperatures in the upper 70s, maybe some low 80s again in northeast Oklahoma. A north wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. A little less humidity tomorrow. From there, this is going to be the main player in our forecast. It's an upper ridge that's going to expand across the 4 states. That's going to keep us dry, also warm for the next several days. We might see a couple of isolated showers from time to time, but for the most part, with that ridge overhead, it's sinking air, and so really it subsides any type of shower or thunderstorm activity. Maybe a sprinkle or two as we head towards Thursday afternoon. A better chance as we get towards Friday as that ridge starts to break down a little bit, but it's still going to be warm and muggy too. Temperatures tomorrow 79, 82 for a high on Thursday. And after tonight and tomorrow night, look at these overnight lows. They're going to stay in the low 70s. So even at night, it's still going to be warm. Temperatures in the upper 80s a couple of times. In fact, Friday and Sunday, we will be very close to 90 degrees. A little better chance for some rain coming in as this pattern changes as we head into Sunday night and Monday, but still staying warm most of next week too. Stay with us. The 4-State Sports Report is coming up next.
This is the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report with Ryan Bennell.
We had a big night of local softball action in the 4 states with a primetime showdown in the Class II District 6 championship game. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into some highlights. We've got the Mount Vernon Mountaineers and the East Newton Patriots, 2 teams with dominant regular seasons featuring over 20 wins each, but only one can go to the state tournament, and it was the Mountaineers striking first. This one from Haley Stewart sailing over the fence for a solo home run and a dream start for the Mountaineers, but they weren't done yet. Now it's Jocelyn Liss connecting, sending it way up and gone. That's a 2-run shot now to make it 3-0 Mount Vernon just like that. But East Newton's Colby Reinhardt settled in the pitching circle with one of her 5 strikeouts on the day in the next inning. After a slow few frames, Lexi Brown got the offense going for the Patriots with a hit out to right field. This one would score a run for East Newton. Looking to spark a comeback now in the 5th. It's Erica McMillan, a hard grounder to tie this game up at 3 runs apiece. East Newton fans loving that one, and the Patriots would take a 5-3 lead before Mount Vernon came up clutch. Game on the line, runners on base, and Stewart sends this one out of the park for her 2nd homer of the day. This time a 3-run bomb to reclaim the lead in the final stages. East Newton wasn't able to tie it up in the 7th, and the Mountaineers have punched their ticket to state and claimed the district title with a 6-5 win. But that wasn't the only district title up for grabs tonight. In Class 1 District 6, the Lockwood Tigers punched their ticket to the state tournament with a 6-1 win over Liberal. Pitcher Callie Griffin had an incredible complete game performance with 11 strikeouts in the win. We'll wrap things up in Pittsburgh. More than 450 students in need at Crawford County Schools will get a brand new pair of shoes coming up in June, all thanks to a new partnership by Pittsburgh State Athletics and Jocks Niche Sports. Our Cam Isimone spoke with co-founder John Minton to learn more about how he and his team are giving back to the Pittsburgh community one shoe at a time.
Working with Anthony Crispino, the athletic director at Pittsburgh State, we kind of came up with this concept and his kind of idea, and we said, sure, we'd like to help out. So, just great to be able to help out the community and the county here that supports us so much and supports Pittsburgh State so much.
A one-time initiative that's focused on supporting local kids and families will start at the beginning of June, all sparked by Jocks Niche and Pittsburgh State Athletics.
Pittsburgh State's a fantastic partner for us and the community in general. This town survives because of Pittsburgh State. So anything we can do to support them and help them we're glad to help. They're a great community partner.
Founded in 1979 by John and Phil Minton, the 2 Pitt State alumni are beyond excited to give back to Crawford County Schools. Director of Athletics at Pittsburgh State, Anthony Crispino, said, quote, "There are kids in our community who need this. It's a simple thing, but can make a big difference."
This is getting ready to happen, but we talked to all the school administrators yesterday and the last couple days, and they're all very excited for the program to, to be able to help kids out that need some help.
And there's plenty of shoes to go around.
Total of about 450 pairs, about $27,000 worth of shoes we give them to schools, and they can disperse them to, kids in need or however they want to disperse them.
And with June right around the corner.
They're on order now, just they're slowly coming in, so once they all get in, we'll make deliveries to all the schools here this summer.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Cam Mike Simone.
Alrighty, thanks, Cam. And for more details on that, you can head to our website, 4stateshomepage.com. But for now, that's going to do it for the 4 State Sports Report. Mike is back with more news after the break.
Era in local sports begin. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all your local sports information. Nobody covers local sports like the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report. We cover everything from Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
Here's tonight's Red, White, and Blue Salute. Stephen Colt Smith has been active in the United States Marine Corps since 2018. We salute you, young man. We thank you for your service. According to Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick, Stott City needs to improve oversight, compliance with state law, and its level of transparency. Those findings come from a successful petition that led to a city audit. It also found the city did not fully comply with state law regarding a water and sewer rate increase. That rate hike included a $10 increase to cover the cost of the audit. Overall, the city was given a fair rating and several improvements were suggested. We have the audit in its entirety on our website. It is now open in Mount Vernon, a brand new all-inclusive park. It's part of the city's roughly $5 million revitalization effort, part of its Progress You Can See campaign. Park has been in development for several years, was originally envisioned by former city administrator Max Springer, who retired in 2021. It cost about $300,000. Crews began work in March.
Oh, yes. Yeah, this weather's great today. That's why we came out. And so we'll be using this, I'm sure, like many people, just several times throughout the year. So it's a great thing. I'm really excited for the town.
It's finally come to fruition that we're able to have this in the community. And we're getting people every day, when does it open? When does it open?
It is now open, and as you can see, they did put Mr. Springer's name on that playground. A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the park was held late this afternoon. Well, this is now a fixture outside of Sign Designs off West 7th Street in Joplin. An oversized Route 66 sign measures about 12 by 12, highlights the fact that it is in Joplin, Missouri, and it was made by the company. Of course, it also celebrates the Mother Road Centennial Year and offers not only a photo op, but a photo stop for both residents and tourists.
They can stand inside beside the sign and take pictures through the 66, and we gave them enough space where they could park next to it if they have hot rods or however they want to display. But we have travelers from all over the world that come through Joplin traveling the route, so this is just one more thing that they can do to stop and remember that they were here in Joplin.
On the Sign Designs building, one of local artist Eric Hahn's many Joplin hearts paired with a Route 66 shield. John Hipple told us a second larger version of both will soon be added to another side of the business. Well, the school year is winding down for area school districts. Carl Junctions, in fact, has its last day on the 27th. It is also where we find our final Golden Lion Award winner of 2027. Here's Action 12's Gretchen Bolander.
I'm a senior and I go to Carl Junction High School.
But 12th grade is wrapping up for Finley Belcher, a year that's been packed with projects.
I'm in student council and I've had the opportunity to work blood drives. I've done freshman orientation. I've gotten to work Special Olympics.
Finley is also part of the National Honor Society and National Art Honor Society,
where I've been able to volunteer and do things like help younger kids learn to open their lockers.
Just one of the ways she connects with younger Bulldogs.
We read to kindergarteners. I am working with preschoolers right now, and they have special needs. That's a lot of fun. And we interact with a lot of 6th graders who are socially challenged.
Finley also volunteers at the Empire Market and Joplin Humane Society.
So I mainly go and work with the cats because they get less attention, but we just socialize with them, just try to get them out of their comfort zone and get them ready to be adopted.
Carl Junction teacher Tinsley Rutledge says Finley is the kind of student every teacher wants in class.
Finley is a student who thinks about others at all times. I think she is always kind of reading the room and trying to see like how people can be included and where people can connect. And if, you know, someone feels on the outs, I think Finley takes notice of that and tries to make sure people get included.
Finley is ending her time in Carl Junction, but is looking forward to what comes next.
I'm attending Missouri Southern, and I'm going to be majoring in biology. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet. I've been heavily considering a physician assistant.
With the Golden Lion Award, I'm Gretchen Bolander.
The Golden Lion Award is sponsored by H.E. Williams and Missouri Southern State University.
Prices still rising, and not just at the pump. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. Inflation jumping to 3.8% in April, the highest increase in 3 years. Energy accounting for over 40% of the total month-to-month inflation increase. Consumers also seeing an increase in grocery prices, medical services, and shelter costs. Americans feeling the pinch as the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Survey sank to a record low reading in April. However, the Trump administration maintains that prices will come down rapidly after the Iran war ends. The president now supporting the possibility of suspending the federal gas tax. That would require approval from Congress, but does have bipartisan support. He's also slated to have his new Federal Reserve Chairman, Kevin Warsh, take up that position shortly. Warsh is an advocate of cutting interest rates. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
In tonight's Spirit of America Celebrate 250 report, the railroad, how it transformed our country and how it still plays a vital role. Here's Dennis Shanahan from our sister station in Sacramento.
The world's largest operating steam locomotive recently rolled into Sacramento on a nationwide tour. The Union Pacific Big Boy number 4014, as it's known, attracted and captivated crowds, some of whom drove many miles to see the train traversing the Feather River Canyon on its way back east. The allure of this historic engine is just one reminder that the railroad is much more than a mode of transportation. It's an integral part of American history.
Our unifying theme at the museum is that our lives are made of railroad stories.
Dr. Ty Smith is director of the California State Railroad Museum and a faculty member in the Sac State History Department.
In Sacramento, our local history is world history. And when I say things like that, people think, oh, the gold rush and the world rushing in. But it's also the building of the first transcontinental railroad that really led to the beginning of our global world. And all of its complexity.
Before the Transcontinental Railroad connected east to west, California's Gold Rush era settlers were limited in their ability to trade.
How do you then make some of the richest agricultural land in the world pay? How do you make it work? And if your market is just how far you could take your wagon cart, that's a very limited thing.
Building a railroad over 7,000-foot high Sierra Nevada mountains was thought impossible by some critics. But ambition, ingenuity, and heavy labor prevailed. In the 1860s, while many American men were fighting the Civil War, a workforce made up largely of Chinese immigrants built bridges, blasted into solid granite, and laid track through the High Sierra. All of this guided by a map drawn by civil engineer Theodore Judah, based in Sacramento.
Some people called him Crazy Judah. I mean, that's how big and audacious and seemingly impossible the idea was. Not that it wasn't a good idea, just a difficult one.
A good portion of Judah's route through the High Sierra runs alongside what is now Interstate 80 and is still in use today. That railroad was officially completed on May 10, 1869, when dignitaries gathered to nail the symbolic Golden Spike at Promontory Summit, Utah, finally connecting east to west.
All of a sudden, we're all shopping from the same catalog. All of a sudden, things that used to take weeks or months to do are sped up. And so it accelerates everything, it connects everything, and we're right at the heart of it.
Originally, the westernmost point of the railroad, mile marker 0, was right here at the old Sacramento waterfront. And so it is fitting the California State Railroad Museum is located just steps away from that marker. The exhibits here not only tell the story of the railroad, but make you feel like you're along for the ride. One crowd favorite is the sleeping car that gently rocks. Lighting and sound effects inside the car complete the illusion of an overnight journey.
Exhibits like this definitely give you a feeling like you're stepping back in time, but let's not forget, the railroad is also very much still a part of today.
Many of the items we purchase every day spent time in a boxcar before landing on a store shelf. Many of the goods exported from California still get where they're going by train, and passenger rail is still a very viable travel option.
There's not a corner of our collective lives that railroading doesn't touch. Railroading doesn't just run through our communities, it runs through our hearts and who we are.
And so the next time you're stuck at a railroad crossing, frustrated that it's making you late, perhaps it's an opportunity to think about how a 19th century idea connected California to the world and still helps keep our 21st century lives on track.
It's very much a part of our present and probably our future. We're only going to expand.
In Old Sacramento, Dennis Shanahan, Fox 40 News.
Spirit of America celebrating 250 is proudly sponsored by Eagle Pitcher, wishing America a happy 250th birthday.
Tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow morning, Forest Park and Anvil Axe Company is going to be here.
The Web City Spring Shop Hop's going to give us all their details, and you can always catch up 24/7 at 4stateshomepage.com.
Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow.
This portion of sports is sponsored by D-World Commodity Flooring and Furniture, helping make homes beautiful for over 50 years.
Mild tomorrow, but warming up from there, close to 90 by Friday. We could see a few isolated showers or storms Friday. Better chance happening late in the weekend, Sunday night into Monday.
All right, Ray, thank you so much. Folks, that's going to do it for us tonight at 10 o'clock. We thank you for watching. We will see you back here tomorrow night.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report with Lauren Burgess.